Hello YouTube, my name is Nero and today some more Call of Duty Black Ops 3 playing the beta, and what we're going to be doing with this video is actually giving you episode 3 of my little mini-series where we spotlight different weapons that were available to us during the Black Ops 3 beta. Today's weapon is going to be the Vesper. It is a submachine gun with a crazy high fire rate, and it was definitely one of the more popular weapons that we saw during the lifespan of the Black Ops 3 beta. So keep in mind, as I've mentioned many times so far here in this video, all this footage and everything in this video is pertaining to the Black Ops 3 beta that we saw on the PlayStation 4, the Xbox One, as well as the PC. The game was in beta, therefore a lot of this is actually subject to change by the time the game makes its full release in November, so keep that in mind. But what I did for you guys is I took the Vesper and I played around with it a ton. I tried a bunch of different attachments on this weapon. I got up to max rank, and I basically just have a lot of experience with it, and I want to make a little spotlight for you, kind of discussing my opinions on what the weapon should be used for, how good the weapon actually is, and what attachments you should probably be running if you're going to be running the Vesper come November. So, the Vesper, I would say the big draw to this SMG would be its insane fire rate. If you want to compare it to another gun from the Call of Duty franchise, picture it kind of like the Skorpion EVO from Black Ops 2, though it's been a long time since I used the Skorpion EVO. It feels like this gun has like a higher fire rate than that even. It's kind of insane. Just watching the gameplay here, I'm sure you guys can see just how quickly this thing will deplete ammo. And it actually got to a point where it was kind of difficult to use for me because it goes through ammo so ridiculously quickly. So if you end up going on like a decent kill streak, like maybe you start getting up there 5 kills, 6 kills, 7 kills on your kill streak, you're going to start running into ammo issues pretty quickly. You're going to have to start picking up some other people's weapons and things like that. That's definitely one of the issues I saw while playing around in the beta, but its fire rate is insane. The damage on this thing is actually moderate. Like, it's not bad damage. Like, you picture some of the other submachine guns to be like super low damage with super high fire rate. This one actually has pretty moderate damage. The downside, I would say, to the Vesper is its range. I feel as though the range on this thing is actually pretty weak, and if you try to take people out at any kind of a medium range for this thing, you're definitely going to struggle. It was actually on a very short list of weapons that were either buffed or nerfed going from the PlayStation 4 beta to the Xbox One / PC beta. They actually did a little bit of weapon tuning, a little bit of specialist changing during the beta, and of course we're probably going to be seeing a lot more changes when the game actually makes its full release in November. That's why I just keep telling you guys this is beta, right? All this is subject to change, but it actually did get a little bit of a nerf to its already pretty terrible range, making it so it's basically going to be a 5-shot kill at most ranges. And yeah, overall the submachine gun itself can be very powerful close range, but don't expect this thing to be very good at medium to long ranges, right? Picture it as it is. It's a very high fire rate submachine gun that is going to excel in close quarter situations, but it's not really going to be too great at those medium to long distances. What attachments would I recommend for you guys using here for the Vesper? I definitely recommend number one above all else, and it kind of stinks because it's one of the later attachments you can get. I definitely recommend extended mags on this thing. My big problem with the Vesper, and I'll admit it fully, I did get this weapon up to max level. I did use it a bunch. I did try a bunch of different attachments, but overall I really didn't like this submachine gun because I never seemed to do that great with it. But once I got extended mags, it actually changed up a lot of things, because for me, my accuracy for whatever reason was never really that great, mainly because I've always been an Xbox player, then mainly I suppose moving over to the PlayStation, then going back to Xbox for the Xbox version of the beta, you know, going back and forth between consoles and changing up sticks and changing up sensitivities and stuff. My aim was not that great during the beta, I would say. I'm sure you noticed that a little bit throughout this video. And as a result, if you have bad aim with this weapon, you are going to burn through your ammo so ridiculously quickly to the point where it's really going to hinder you, and having extended mags definitely makes that a lot better, makes it so it's a lot easier to pick up double kills, makes it so it's a lot easier to pick up triple kills. I definitely recommend extended mags. Long barrel. Long barrel is another attachment I would definitely recommend for the Vesper because overall it has pretty weak range. Like I said, the big downside to this weapon is its very mediocre to poor range, right? This thing is not very good outside of super close quarters, and having the long barrel on there will actually make it so it's a bit more viable, as well as the laser sight, because I found if you're going to be using a submachine gun like this in these super close quarter situations, being able to hip fire, being able to spray and pray through a lot of kills is definitely a very viable option, and the Vesper, it definitely excels at that. So those are the attachments I recommend for you guys. The iron sights are fantastic. If you would like to go for a red dot sight or something along those lines, maybe you're somebody that likes the optical attachments, feel free, but keep in mind it always is best to not use an optical attachment and opt out for the iron sights. That way it will open up another spot in your pick 10 for another attachment, another perk, another piece of equipment equipment or what have you. But for me, I love the iron sights. I did mess around with the red dot sight pretty extensively on this weapon, but I didn't think it was super necessary. The iron sights are just fine in my own personal opinion. Running around with the laser sight, the long barrel, and the extended mag was definitely my best way to go, and it's the way that I saw the most success. But yes, there's a bunch of other attachments you can actually try out for this thing. You could try out rapid fire if you would like to, but that thing would just make it insane. Like, I'd even try the rapid fire, to be honest, because why would I want it? That would just be silly. Fast mags is a nice alternative option. Maybe if you don't have extended mags unlocked yet, or maybe you don't hit fire a lot, and maybe you don't want to use laser sight, I would definitely recommend fast mags. I did use that quite a bit, and with a weapon like this that constantly is burning through ammo, having the ability to actually reload relatively quickly, because since you're doing it so frequently, is definitely a good thing. And of course, the foregrip is always just a good choice on just about every single weapon. But ladies and gentlemen, that is going to cover my little mini spotlight here of the Vesper submachine gun. Of course, I'll be revisiting all the weapons I've done spotlights for so far once the game makes its full release in November. But these are just kind of like little general previews from what we saw in the beta. And the Vesper itself is a very good submachine gun to most people. Most people really seem to like it. It's got a super high fire rate. It's got pretty good damage. It's pretty weak at range, but overall, it's a very good submachine gun that a lot of people really seem to like. But for my own personal taste, it wasn't really my cup of tea. For whatever reason, it didn't click with me that well, but still, I did grind through it. I still got to max rank, and I still got all the attachments and everything else unlocked for it and tried it out. And I brought you guys to hear this guide, and hopefully you guys all enjoyed it and all found it helpful and informative. But for my money, I definitely like some of the other submachine guns a little bit better, but by no means is the Vesper a bad submachine gun. It's just not personally my cup of tea. Well, ladies and gentlemen, I hope you guys all enjoyed this video. Hopefully you guys all found it helpful and informative. Let me know in the comment section below, what are your opinions on the Vesper submachine gun from what we saw during the Black Ops 3 beta, and how do you think it's going to change between now and when the game makes its full release in November? I would definitely be interested to hear about that, because if I were to say that they're going to change anything about this submachine gun, I think maybe they're going to drop its damage down just a little bit, because it really melts at close ranges, and to the point where it might be a little bit too powerful. Because again, they already nerfed it in terms of its range. They may end up changing it around a little bit more by the time the game makes its full release. And I'll definitely be interested to hear your guys' opinions as to what you guys may think those changes could be. Let me know about that. I hope you guys all enjoyed this video. Remember to leave a rating. I hope you guys all have a wonderful day.